I write a lot of the songs.
My name is Chris Esquivel. I play guitar and I sing.
I'm Ryan Gravel, and I sub in the band, but I'm pretty much full-time now. I play
You're
drums.
full-time in the band, eh?
And
He
then,
plays a lot. Different instruments sometimes.
yeah, I'll switch around, but mostly drums.
Chris and I, a very long time ago, in second grade, actually met, and we were in the same class together and went through elementary school all together, played sports together, played football, and just grew up together. I think that was right around the mid-'90s, so there was a lot of 90s punk on the radio, so we would hear some of that stuff, Green Day and things like that, and Rancid, and got to listening to that stuff, and his dad would take us to shows, so our very first show was The Offspring and Living End, and it was a blast.
One of the things that I really like about punk is a lot of it is do it yourself. So just seeing how just other punk bands would do their own shows, different venues would happen. It was like that when we were growing up, when we were young teenagers, and to see that now as adults keep going and just seeing the Grand Rapids music scene keep expanding, it's pretty awesome.
I mean, it's cool because some nights I just don't want to go out because hell, we don't go on until 10, 11 or midnight. I'm just like, I don't have it in me after working all day. And then the next morning, I'm just like, damn, I'm glad I didn't miss that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Get to go out and see our buddies and hear new music and be part of the energy.
There's a whole lot of fashions about. We don't want any kings, we don't want any fashions. So we got a bunch of fashions. We're not doing nothing but one time. We're doing that.
Started when I was 13 playing. I just played live little house parties and garage shows and stuff. So I did that for a while. And then I jumped in a few here and there on and off and just, I just like playing shows. But I love playing any type of music and just collaborating with different people like Adam and Chris. They write some really fun riffs that are really fun to play over. I mean, it's fun to just rage on the drums, for sure. That's the best way just to get it out. So if I'm feeling frustrated about something, that's a really good place to be. And I feel like we do fight for community because we fight for inclusiveness, We're not hiding where we're coming from, and we just believe in civil rights,
I would say punk music's really authentic, and that's what can make it jarring, is because so many individuals hopefully they feel like they can just be their true selves, and when everybody can express themselves that way, sometimes they might express it a way that maybe you're not used to, depending on fashion or ideology or anything like that. But to have kind of a safe area for that, I think is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Covered.
Yeah, right up there. That's great. That is so good.
I've just kind of always been more accepting, and it was always really unique to me growing up in Zealand because I grew up there and everybody is 6'5" with blonde hair, and I'm 5'9", and I'm really dark in the summer, and Zealand's a very religious town, and I am not religious, and we grew up Catholic because my mom's Irish. And then I remember being in 6th grade, and my parents were like, all right, you don't have to go anymore if you don't want to. So they allowed us to make those choices when we were young. And then my parents had always talked to me about stuff, and it was never preachy like you have to believe this or can you believe this. It would always be presenting things. So the way to be non-judgmental towards somebody, that's always been instilled in me. I think if you have the ability to have a voice, I think you should use it. And I feel like music's always been rooted in that, especially punk music.
My hope with the songs, even though people can't understand what I'm saying always, is if someone is truly interested, as I was as I listened to punk rock music, because I learned a lot about politics from music. So we grew up listening to The Clash, growing up listening to political punk rock bands, and just listening and paying attention to what was going on in the news. And I had initially planned on all through high school being a history teacher. So history has always been something that I think is important to learn. I remember in history class just not understanding how the Holocaust could happen. Like, how could people get to that point? Like, what? And I wanted to truly just understand the mechanisms that made that happen. So I just read, and anything History Channel thing about World War II or Nazis, I just wanted to learn and understand. The hardest thing in life is realizing it is incredibly easy to trick someone, it sucks, because it is almost impossible to convince someone they've been tricked. And so as much as I wanted to believe I could change people's minds, you're not going to. But what you can do is let some of that energy out, scream about the things that are wrong and evil, and go, this is fucking bullshit, this is happening, this is the same stuff.
So I'm doing what I can and speaking what I feel is the right thing to do. It's literally, it's not, it's human basic decency. Like tearing people from their homes, it's not okay. It's not. Do you not have a fucking heart? Do you not, people just don't give a shit about what people go through. They don't. And it's sickening to watch. It's sickening to see on the news. It's sickening to see on social media. And I can't just not do anything about it. I'm doing what I can. You know, you have to show up, you have to protest, you have to speak your mind, you have to speak up for the people that can't speak up for themselves. Yeah, fuck us! I haven't gotten anybody complaining about what I'm doing. I've only gotten good honks and thumbs up and people telling me that they appreciate me.
I could go on a whole history rant. I don't need to do that right now. You can read my songs if you really care about that stuff. But I think it's important that people know these things so they can help counter the false narratives, because the lies are being believed. And I think if people talk to people who are earnest and actually believe what they're talking about, people can understand that.